This is FanStream Sports.
Of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
The following program is recommended for mature individuals and may contain material unsuitable for morons, cretins, and dishwipes. If you are a moron, please turn off your radio, because we don't need any more...
Start the show, Colby.
What kind of audio menage a quattro was that?
What the hell is happening right now?
So much audio jumble bunny happening at the... Good evening. And
There's
welcome.
something on the damn computer that's playing crap.
That's looping?
Yes.
All right.
It's not the audio. The audio was great. I just made it.
Apparently, you didn't make it well enough. You may want to throw that back into the audio oven and cook it again.
I think it was Instagram doing that.
So, yes. Welcome into the Colby Sapp IndyCarTim show as we mount this horse the most improper way and backwards that we can. I am your host, Colby Sapp, along with the other host that's in charge of, and I repeat, he's the one in charge of all the audio that happens on this show, besides the words that come out of my mouth.
That was awesome.
The guy bobbing and weaving and sweating right now because of sheer computer malfunction. It's one IndyCar Tim. What's up, Tim?
Happy screw up music day today, Colby. I don't know what. So something was looping on the computer, and I don't know what it was.
It was something. It was terrible.
It wasn't the sound, because I checked the new intro before we went on the air. So it was something in a window that was going on.
I mean, and I was appreciating it too. I heard a little A-team in there and such, and I was like, wow, this is going to be great. And then it just all went to shit. By the way, if you enjoy your favorite podcast going to shit, well, welcome in.
Welcome to Going to Shit.
That's it. That we're going to change the name again to Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim's Going to Shit. And if you would like to communicate with us, maybe you're not live with us, maybe you've downloaded this via your favorite podcast downloading app, then you can also message with us on the text line, the FanStream Sports text line. It's not just the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim line, but we are the ones that receive it. 214-937-0569 is how you go ahead and jump in with us on that. You know, there's been screw-ups that's happened, Tim, and one that I don't think anybody would ever thought that we might touch on as far as a conversational piece, but I have a little bit of there's some breaking news. I guess it was this past weekend, maybe the weekend before when this all happened.
Okay.
You're not aware of this gentleman. In fact, I think before all this happened, you might have, if you ever tuned into any of his stuff, you might have been a fan of him. Because I once was, and right now kind of struggling with being with one. And that's one individual known as Dr. Disrespect. He's a video game streamer. But what he does in the world of video game streaming is he's, you know, an all right talented gamer, nothing to blow you out of the water.
Right.
But his presentation was such that it was basically 80s action themed.
Okay? Oh, cool. Okay.
So he has on a wig, and he always wears the Oakley sunglasses, and he's got like body armor on, and he, you know, his quotes were always just that real classic 80s kind of schmooze,
right,
along with the action. And he did a lot of video clips that would show him in like a Lamborghini, and like he would have segues
right
from game to game where, you know, it'd just be him in his, you know, penthouse or whatever, and people just dug it. So much so back in 2021, Dr. Disrespect was I believe, the actual face of Twitch. So,
wow.
if this was Fox instead of Twitch, then he was the equivalent of the NFL, right? He was
for sure.
He was their main star. It was him and Ninja basically going head to head a lot of times. And so in 2021, out of nowhere, all of a sudden Dr. Disrespect wasn't on Twitch anymore, and nobody knew why. He had a major contract with them, and he was just banned from Twitch.
Oh, wow.
And nobody knew why. Nobody ever heard why. And he went over to YouTube, and he was doing his still same thing on YouTube,
Right.
but it wasn't with the Twitch money, right? Because not only on top of the things and the viewers and all that he had at Twitch, he also had a signed contract with them.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It is. In fact, your big streamers
Yeah.
are, you choose, like, you either choose YouTube and you can sign a contract with YouTube
Right.
and make a whole lot of money, or you can choose Twitch, or I don't know if Kick's doing it yet if you're a fan of video game streamers, but you can get to that point to where they pay you to keep putting out, to make sure you don't stop.
Right.
So, because they're making so
They're making
much
money, too.
off of the views that you're supplying. So, at any rate, found out over the week, there was a Twitch employee that, I guess, former Twitch employee, decided that they were just going to let go of the information they had on why Dr. Disrespect was banned from Twitch. And remember, this happened in 2021. So,
Damn.
the reason why he was banned, they said, was because he was DMing, I guess would be the word, because it was called Twitch Whisper, where the people that make the content can talk to other people on the Twitch without everybody seeing it. So it's a direct message to them. And he was on the Twitch stream with a girl who was underage.
It's always a girl.
Yeah, but was also underage, and basically discussed things that shouldn't be discussed with a person underage. So, unbeknownst, I guess, at the time to Dr. Disrespect, the big bosses at Twitch could see these. So, and then, of course, all of the things later coming out about it was, all right, well, did Doc know that she was underage? And he never says that in his defense.
Right, that he didn't know.
He just says, yes. In fact, he admitted it was a minor, and yes, there were some things that got talked about that shouldn't have been talked about. Now, he didn't go to jail. There wasn't anything huge like that mentioned. He never met up with the person or whatever. But it was enough reason behind it for him to lose multi-million-dollar contract with Twitch. And now, since it's come out now, he's now taking a vacation from YouTube.
Chicks will do it to you every time, man.
Well, I mean, I'm not laying this at anybody else's feet except for his.
I would blame her.
No, I'm not. You don't want to know why? Because as a man, especially in a part, not especially, never mind, it's not even especially. If they are a youngin', that you don't go there with them.
I don't think he knew.
See, if I was in that spot,
I don't think he knew.
If I was in that spot, now here's the thing. That's the reason why I don't think that was a part of it. I think he did know. And the reason being is that if I was in that spot and I was like, well, I was just texting this person and they started getting flirty with me, so I got flirty back.
So they were chatting on the chat feature in Twitch. It wasn't on their phone, obviously, because Twitch knew about it.
Right. But my first defense on that is that I didn't know she was a minor. Right? My first if that's the truth.
So do you not have to be 18 to be on Twitch?
No.
They had like a
I mean,
service agreement or some user agreement or something.
if you produce content, yeah, but they have stuff on Twitch for people to view as you know, they've got maturity ratings stuff going on.
Okay.
So where you can, you know, if you want to put out videos for kids that like watching people play video games, then go ahead and go do it. But it's one way to really sink your career real fast and throw it into the mud.
Keep it in your pants, Colby.
Well, yeah.
I mean, not you. I'm just saying that's what people have to do.
Well, no, but
So, look, I've fallen into this trap. Not texting someone on Twitch,
right.
but at the young age of about 27, 26, I met a girl in a bar. Smoking hot chick. I'll tell you exactly what she was wearing. She had like a sweater, and it was like a half-cut sweater, so I could see the belly button and the
Right.
midriff, which is one of my weaknesses with the belly button ring and everything, right? The piercing. Struck up a conversation. We hung out at the bar, did a lot of drinks. Went home with her. Probably should be telling this on the air. We didn't do anything. We just talked. Dated her for like 3 weeks. We kept going to the same bar, drinking all the time. Found out she was 17.
What? Just drinking away. And you just
I
assumed,
met her in a bar, so I assume she's 21.
Right.
But I didn't ask.
Well, that's the other side of it. If he didn't ask and didn't know, still would have been
Right.
I didn't know. That's he's got lawyers and shit, right? He's got people. He's got a whole team with him.
So are there pictures involved in these chats? Like he knows what she looks like, and are you able to exchange photos on the Twitch chat?
I don't know about the Twitch Whisper, what you can do on it.
I don't know how it works.
Because I've never been on the end of a creator. Well, we've been on the end of a creator on Twitch. We haven't been to the point to where we wanted to comment back, but comment not with people there knowing what we were saying. Right. So that's one side of it. But the other side of it is, dude, my brain can't wrap around. You make it solo. Just doing this thing to where you're playing games and you're creating this content, and the world, for the most part, is dove in. Your niche society all knows about you, right? And you've become huge. And to then see that, hear that, take that, and risk it on any kind of conversation, even if they weren't a minor, right?
Yeah.
And not being, you could meet enough people through just being who he was and being out at parties and stuff.
Right.
If he needed a wild side away from his wife and children, which, by the way, how do they feel right now? Then he could have done that and still maintained his life. And still just everything would have been fine.
Right.
Just, it sucks. You know what? It sucks for folks like myself and some of my other friends and basically all the Dr. Disrespect fans that he was a form of entertainment for them.
Right.
And now he's banned and taking a vacation. And it's also, then you kind of looking like, dude, if you got caught whispering, with a minor this one time.
How many times have you done it before?
Right. That you didn't get caught. Because a moment of weakness and getting caught that one time, and this is speculation, this is not anything that has been proven whatsoever. This is just what goes through my brain. And if you're anybody else in this world as skeptical with, people in the entertainment business as a lot of us are, then if it's one time you got caught, there's probably other times. And maybe he just thought, well, this is just talking on the Twitch or whatever.
Yeah. That's why we're not on Twitch anymore, Colby.
Is it?
Well, that's not the only reason. We only had one dude every week that would watch our shows. I could never gain traction on Twitch, and then it used up one of our broadcast channels. You can
Right.
I can only go to 8 places, right? So we needed that spot. I go live to TikTok on my phone, so we don't do it through StreamYard. I'm hoping to figure that out so you guys can also see Colby and see our whole show setup here. At some point, I'll figure out how to do that on TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. The other dude you're missing is better looking.
Probably so, yeah. He's dumber, though.
Sometimes
But,
not.
yeah, I feel like if you get caught doing that once, it probably wasn't the first time you got caught.
Right.
Because
you can't tell me that was the first time Ron Washington ever bumped cocaine.
there's no question.
Just
I seen him.
sorry, Wash.
Well, I don't know. He's
that
back
up.
with the Angels, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not having a great year.
No.
But, yeah, we're getting all the love right now on TikTok, Colby. Give a shout-out to the folks on TikTok and especially to Lil Test Tube.
Hey, little test tube. What's up, bud?
He's gotten us about 1 million likes right now.
Sweet.
I shouted out everybody, give us some likes, and he commented, hey, give me a second, I'll get you to 1,000 likes. And we're at 1,300 likes right now.
It's amazing.
We love Little Test Tube. Whether it's, I don't know if it's a he or she, I'm guessing it's a he.
You want to just go with the generic they?
Yeah, we'll go with they until I find out who it is. But we appreciate everybody's love on TikTok. We're getting a lot of love right now. We're here every Monday and Wednesday, 7 o'clock Central. Make sure you guys tune in. Love to hear your comments. And that goes for everybody. We're also on Facebook, on X, on Instagram, and also on our FanStream Sports TV channel, which is our YouTube channel.
Right.
Check us out there, and also at fanstreamsports.com. We appreciate the love everybody's giving us tonight.
And now it's time for Tim. Just took a pause, so I can now toss it back to Tim and go, hey, Tim.
Hey, Colby.
What day is today, bud?
Glad you asked me that.
How the audio is.
Because I never really know. I try to do all the transitioning, all the videos, which isn't working. Why doesn't anything work around here, Colby?
Because you're in charge, bud.
No, I got to do something with this computer. There we go. Something ain't working right today. We got a lot today, Colby. It may be my personal favorite day in the whole world. Because, brother, it is Canada Day.
You know what? I have problems with Canada's hockey teams. I don't have much
Why?
problems with
Out of
any-
everything to hate about Canada, why would you hate their hockey teams?
just
Doesn't
because.
make sense.
Just because. I can have my thing. That's my thing.
Well, it's a weird thing.
It's not. I mean, you cannot comment on anything that's my thing and call it a weird thing with all the weird things that you have.
I just did.
No, you can't.
This is my segment. I can do whatever the hell I want. Little Test Tube says he's a senior at Texas A&M. Yes!
What up, bud?
Yes! Oh, trust me. We've got some thought. Well, I do. I have thoughts on Jim Schlossnagle. Colby over here, my partner in crime, is a Longhorn fan. Boo! But
Yeah.
I actually went to A&M for a short time before I was asked politely to leave and never come back. But I'm still an Aggie. I bleed maroon, brother.
My dad told
Not
me if
happy
I
with
didn't root
Jim.
for the Longhorns that I couldn't live there anymore as a kid. So
You got to do what your dad says.
that's right.
Colby, it is also International Joke Day.
Oh, really?
Speaking of jokes, knock, knock,
Who's there?
Jim Schlossnagle.
That's stupid.
F you. Just made that up, too. Probably wouldn't know it, huh?
No, I thought you held on to that for a while.
Colby, it's American Zoo Day.
Zoos. You know, I've been to my fair share of zoos, and every single time I wonder, why the hell did I go here?
I'm kind of on board with you. Now, like it was different when I was taking kids when they were little.
Right.
Because the kids kind of got something out of it, right? And that was cool. But when they get to a certain age and you're trying to, like, they say they want to go again and they're like 8 or 9 or 10 or something, and you're just walking around in the heat looking at caged animals and you start questioning life. I don't
And
get the zoo, man.
I've told this story probably a few times, but every time the zoo is mentioned, at one time in my life, I was a daycare director, and I remember having to take a daycare field trip to the zoo, And so we're on the bus. We're taking these kids to the zoo. We get out, and the first exhibit that everybody's agreed on they want to go see is the monkeys.
Yeah.
And we roll up as a daycare group to and it's the monkey exhibit, and it's got like the glass where you can, just whatever, right? And we all roll up to it, and I've got kids in front of me and all that trying to say, there's the monkeys, kids. And I was reading off what type of monkey. And this one monkey goes up to the glass and just prostrates itself, and another male monkey just comes and just starts wind up banging that monkey. There was just monkey loving going all over, and all these preschool
Just watching it all.
just
Taking it in.
taking it all, and there's nothing I can do. I can't move 20 children to avert their eyes from monkey sex. And I'm just thinking, I'm not going to be able to explain. I've got to tell parents
Yeah.
why their kids are going to ask questions about monkey appendages. It was
Monkey penis.
stressful.
Is there two animals or a breed of animals that's harder to watch have sex than monkeys? It's so violent.
I mean, praying mantis, right?
We can't really see that.
I mean, but they end up like ripping the head off.
Like she eats the male when she's done with it.
Right.
I feel like that should be a thing, by the way. I wonder if there's praying mantis on Pornhub.
No,
I mean,
but
we would
maybe
know because we can't find Pornhub anymore in Texas.
Go find Animal Planet. I guess you'll find it there. But you realize, Tim, though, if that was the way things went, then the first person you ever did the inclined hokey pokey with would have been your last, because you'd be dead.
She got to catch me first, which she probably could do easily right now. I'm old, Colby. And all the ones I'm with are youngins, which is awkward.
Start
As the music stopped.
Yeah.
Colby, it is Dog House Repair Month here on July 1st.
Hey, it's so hot. Let your dogs in.
Yeah, you shouldn't have dogs outside right now anyway.
It's too freaking hot.
Let's just not do that. I don't like that idea. Unless your doghouse is air conditioned.
Or, I mean,
I've seen that before.
you just got the actual I've seen outdoor dogs before that just prefer outdoor, but they're,
Even when it's hot.
I can't do it.
No, I can't.
I can't do it. The dog has to come inside.
I mean, my dog sleeps with me in my bed anyway. I can't go to sleep without him being there.
Right. Well, same.
My puppy Tolo. Idiot. Colby, it's early bird day. You should set your alarm clock early in the morning and be ready to run to your favorite shop nearby.
Okay.
That's like a coffee shop. What time did you get up this morning?
The same time I get up at 6.
I was up at 6:15. And then I might have handled up on some business and slept again until 7:15.
Yeah.
Because that only took me about 30 seconds.
It's 6 o'clock. In fact, even when I'm not like alarm clock going off, 6 a.m. my body just wakes up. I'm here, I'm ready. Where's the coffee?
Colby, it's International Chicken Wing Day.
That's a good day.
You like chicken wings? Who's the best chicken wings that we have out there here in the DFW area?
In the DF dub.
Yeah, we don't have any that sponsor us, so we can be impartial here. Although we're available for sponsorships, Pluckers and Buffalo Wild Wings.
I got to go with Pluckers myself.
Okay.
As far as just favorite, but usually the go-to is Wingstop.
Okay. Yeah, see, I'm not a fan of the flavors at Wingstop, except for that one that you got me onto, the Korean barbecue.
Right.
That's pretty badass. My favorite wings for the quality of chicken is Pluckers. Like, I feel like they have the highest quality of wings, of chicken for the wings. My favorite flavors, though, are at Buffalo Wild Wings. The Caribbean jerk and the Asian zing, to me, that's nothing better.
I'm not saying that they're all. Buffalo Wild Wings it's just the type of sauce that they put on it is a little bit too glazy.
Okay. It is. It is. I don't mind that. Like, I like it.
And so, yeah, no, I'm not as big of a fan as of Pluckers. Their spicy ranch at Pluckers is probably my
Haven't
favorite.
had that.
And then the
Do you
Max
prefer a dry rub or a sauce?
depends on. Well, that's a dry rub.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think just depends on the wing because I love both.
Okay.
My max that I've ever done of the fire and the whole wings, by the way, at Pluckers is 11.
I think I got to 8.
I just can't. And it's not that I can't handle the spice. I mean, they're spicy as fuck.
Yeah.
But I just was full.
They're better than Buffalo Wild Wings Blazing.
Yeah.
Which is they're hot.
Yeah.
I've done that challenge at like 5 different Buffalo Wild Wings. But their wings are smaller than Pluckers.
Right.
Colby, it is International Reggae Day.
Man, I thought you were about to say ray gun day.
The hell is a ray gun day?
It's a ray gun. Pew, pew, pew. I was like, where's our ray guns at? I want a ray gun.
Where's your reggae?
You know what? I'm okay with it.
Colby, how about national? We got a lot of national days here as opposed to our national, but it is National Creative Ice Cream Flavors Day. No.
Yeah.
Just give me some vanilla. Maybe a little chocolate syrup on top. That's all I need. I'm happy.
Oh, I like when there's weird shit in ice cream, man.
Now, I told you before, pecan pralines and creams, my all-time favorite flavor at Baskin-Robbins.
Right.
Or I think, what's the Bluebell? They have a flavor, too, that's really good that's like that. But, man, just give me freaking vanilla. I'm happy with vanilla.
My favorite one that I think I've ever did was one I did myself. Because I got the...
Made it yourself?
The lactose-free ice cream, vanilla, and I was like, I need to do something with this. And I threw peanut butter cups and potato chips in it. Oh, that was amazing.
Oh, my God. I can't even talk to you right now.
It's a Ruffles potato chips. But you have to add the potato chips last, ladies and gentlemen, or else they'll just get soggy.
No, or you just don't. That's an option, too. Colby, how about National Financial Freedom Day today?
Ain't nobody got that's in this room.
No.
We're all not financially free.
National Baby-Led Weaning Day.
Weaning as in popping the nipple.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to wean them off the boob
That's right.
today. But only today. If they can't do it today, then you got to stick with it till next year.
That's right.
That could be painful if they got teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Today is National Ginger Snap Day.
Oh, so close. By the way, Ginger, they just finished recording their new album.
Did they?
Yep.
They mentioned us?
They did not.
They should. We promote them enough.
Mm-hmm.
National Postal Workers Day. You know what we haven't heard in a while? Someone going postal. Is that a thing anymore? I guess postal workers are more content.
No, it's not. They're more content. It's just nobody even worries about their mail anymore.
Like, nobody cares about mail.
No, yeah.
So they're under less pressure, probably.
Right.
They just don't care. National Television Heritage Day. What's your favorite old TV show? It could be, well, let's say 80s and before.
80s and before.
Like, although I don't consider 80s TV old, but it is like 40 years ago, I guess.
Yes. Dude, I had 3 favorites. It was Airwolf, Knight Rider, and A-Team.
Okay. I loved all of those.
Those were my absolute. I think Airwolf was the topper.
Sure. That great theme song.
Yeah.
Opening sequence.
And of course, Dukes of Hazzard. That was when I lived overseas.
Them Dukes.
My grandparents would send me VHS recordings of those shows because you living in Malaysia, you don't.
Oh, that's right. You were in Malaysia with the monkeys, literally with the monkeys.
Yep. A pet monkey cheetah.
Oh, Lord. Did you have a pet cheetah named Monkey?
Mm-mm.
That would have been funny. Colby, it is National Second Half of the Year Day today, as the second half of the year starts today.
That much closer to football.
Dun, 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 dun. How about National Smart Irrigation Month?
Man, all right, stupid.
You live in an apartment. You don't have to worry about stuff like that.
Right. The sprinklers come on and they just piss off my dog.
Colby, it's Zip Code Day.
Is that why? Why?
We have a day to appreciate the zip code.
Man, half the time I forget my zip code until I end up at a gas station, and instead of asking for my PIN for my card, it's like, what was your? It's like, I remember it.
I don't know that I don't know my zip code. And finally, Colby, my personal favorite day, other than Canada Day, because it's Canada Day, and that's the greatest day ever.
Well, it's Wing Day. That was the best one.
And Wing Day's good. How about National Wear the Wrong Trousers Day?
Like somebody else's?
It just says wear pajamas where it's inappropriate. It's like we could have worn pajama pants to work, but I don't wear pajama pants.
I did that yesterday. I wore my Star Wars sleeping pants to the dollar store.
Huh. All right.
Yeah.
And
Everybody else at the dollar store doesn't give a shit either, so why should
nobody
I?
cares. And that's what day it is, Colby.
That is great. Now it's time for that half-ass segue where the little screen passes across and tells you
If we're lucky.
that it's time for the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim Sports Report. Fresh off the newspaper printing press, hot off the presses. That was the phrase I was going
Does
for.
anybody read newspaper? I mean, I do.
No. I was just trying to go for an old school saying that you would remember.
Yes, hot off the presses.
Is finalized via ESPN just a little bit ago. Is finally the Klay Thompson deal to the Mavs is done.
And from all sources and all observations, from what we can tell, Colby, it is a very good team-friendly deal. 3 years, $50 million. It was a three-way deal between the Mavs, the Warriors, and who's Charlotte? Are they the Bobcats still? Or are they the Hornets again? I don't even know.
Sure. You've just screwed up my brain.
I think they're the Hornets again, right?
Pretty
the
sure.
Bobcats cease existing. So Mavericks Josh Green goes to Charlotte as part of the 3-team deal. Klay Thompson comes to Dallas, and then signs a 3-year, $50 million deal. The player or picks or cash or whatever it's going to be that goes from Charlotte to Golden State has yet to be determined. But, again, I'm not Mr. NBA. I'm not Mr. Klay Thompson. But all of the things I've read about this today indicate he's an extremely, other than being 34 years old and maybe on the tail end of things, he is a perfect fit in the Mavericks system. He's a perfect fit to play alongside Luka and Kyrie. He's got the perimeter defense the Mavericks have been lacking. He's 41.8, I think, % career three-point shooter.
Yes.
Which the Mavs could use some of that to take the pressure off some of the other guys. Tim Hardaway was already sent packing, so you don't have that three-point shooting anymore, which you didn't really have it last year either, or maybe the year before that. But all things considered, this seems like it's a good deal. He chose the Mavericks over the Lakers.
He did. And, that's because your Dallas Mavericks were just in the finals, and the Lakers look like they don't know what they're doing, to be quite honest.
A train wreck. I love it.
Now, initially when I first heard this, and this was earlier today when everybody started catching wind that this was a thing, thanks to, I believe it was Woj that broke it. My first thought was, oh, crap, Klay's usually always injured.
Right.
And
not last year.
I said that, my brain fired that off, but then I was like, and then I went and looked. It's like he played 77 games last season.
Yeah. Very durable last year.
And, he's averaged around 20 points a game. So, no, he's not washed up.
No.
And if you can give the main part about as far as the offense is concerned, you have two guys that really know how to control the ball, and that's Kyrie and Luka.
Right.
And what you need with this thing is your 3-and-D guy. And one of the best at the 3-and-D guy that's out there was Klay. He can spot up and shoot. and do his thing. But when need be, he can also get his own shot when it's needed. So your basic wheelings and dealings have made that guy's spot was Tim Hardaway Jr. Now it's Klay's in that spot. You lost. I didn't want to lose Jones, but you lost him. Green, I really liked him as a spot up part-time, but he wasn't with as many people that was in his way with this lineup. He wasn't going to be able to make it farther than what the Mavericks would allow him to be.
Right.
This may actually give him a chance to flourish a little more and grow a little bit more. So I am happy for him. I wish you could have stayed, but I'm happy for him. He should get a little bit more minutes where he's going.
And, I mean, if you're trading that for the opportunity to have Klay Thompson here for 3 years, give me Klay Thompson.
I am seeing a lot of wild super team speculation happening on the Facebook as people are like, well, you went and got Klay. Why don't you go get KD?
Please, God, no.
Don't listen to Tim. That would be pretty cool. But,
No, it wouldn't.
but you don't have any money. You don't have any money. There's no way you could go get KD and put him with this group.
KD came to the Mavericks, it'd be like LeBron coming to the Mavericks. I would have to not be a Mavericks fan for the entire tenure they were here.
I would enjoy the parades.
There would be no parades with KD on the team, or LeBron for that matter.
If you put together that kind of, there's no stopping them. There's no shutting down their scoring.
I don't think they would score. It's not going to happen. It doesn't matter. Let's not fight over something that's not going to happen.
Okay. But that last thing you said was dumb.
It'd be the worst thing ever. The Mavs would average 55 points a game.
Yeah, in the first quarter.
No. LeBron can't play basketball. Come on.
We were still talking about KD, but yeah, LeBron can still play basketball.
Kevin Durant can't play unless he's the number 4 guy on the team.
Yeah. He'd be like the second or third guy on this team.
Cry all the time and whine about not getting the ball enough and destroy all the chemistry this team's built under Nico. You know what? Nico Harrison is too smart of a GM to make a mistake like that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I have to forgive Tim. He really hates when NBA players move from team to team to team to team to team to team, and it irritates him so much. And it's how they make their money and make bigger contracts.
Bullsh. I call bullsh.
Everything I just said was true, Tim.
Well, then how come Jordan didn't do it?
Because it wasn't available back then.
There was free agency in the NBA in the 80s.
But people didn't do that back then.
Yeah, because it's dumb. That's why they didn't do it until fucking LeBron got here.
You're stupid.
Idiot. God, I swear to God, he ruined basketball for me. I can't wait for him to retire so I can start watching the NBA again.
Oh, it's not going to happen this year.
And then KD's going to be gone. He's going to retire.
I mean, they're all getting old.
And then Stephanie Curry's going to retire, and I can watch freaking NBA again.
Steph has played with the same team his whole career. Why lump him in with the other guys?
That's a good question. I don't know. It's because he looks weird.
The greatest shooter of all time, and I debate anybody that says different.
Caitlin Clark, sir. I offer the name Caitlin Clark.
Well, they played one-on-one, and Steph won.
Yeah, because he's a man, and men are better than women at everything.
Okay, then he's the greatest.
Oh, men. Basketball.
Mark that. Mark what you just said.
Which one?
Oh, no, I'm not saying.
Oh, man.
Yes.
They're just dumb. God, I hate the NBA so much.
So there you go.
Wish I could watch more of it. Colby, we have Dallas Cowboys news here.
What?
As CeeDee Lamb will hold out training camp.
Okay.
And maybe longer till he gets a new contract as he now enters his 5th year, which, by the way, means he's under contract to play Ezekiel Elliott, you moron.
He's not Zeke wasn't a moron. He got money.
He held out like 2 years before. Remember this? Like 2 years before his contract was up.
Right. So CeeDee had a little bit more patience.
Idiot. You're under contract freaking play football, you moron.
No, he's not a moron. He's going to get
Moron
paid.
dog. That's what I hate about the NFL is that right there.
I mean, Emmett did it. It's been going on forever, Tim. Get used to it.
Okay, Emmett's the greatest running back in the history of the game. Is CeeDee Lamb the greatest wide receiver in the history of the game?
Doesn't have to be.
No,
Tim.
he's like number 199.
And Emmett may not be the greatest running back.
Shut up. Why do you hate the Cowboys?
I don't. I recognize Barry Sanders.
He's pretty good.
Best.
Yeah, I'll throw that up there with you. I almost agree. But he never held out as far as I know.
Barry?
Yeah.
Eh,
I don't know. Maybe he did. I think he did, actually. Pretty sure he did.
probably. Everybody does.
I just hate it, man. I hate it more than almost.
He'll get paid, but the thing with CeeDee Lamb that you don't have to worry about is him not coming in shape or whatever. He is. You don't have to worry about him. He's like perma in shape.
Perma?
Yeah,
Huh.
he's perma shaped.
Okay, so the Cowboys have to pay him.
Yes, they do.
Where do you see? So this year he's going to earn almost $18 million on his 5th-year deal.
Okay.
Where do you see him coming in on the wide receiver pay scale? So Justin Jefferson is making, under his new deal, $35 million a year.
Okay.
A.J. Brown in Philly's making $32 million a year.
All right.
Amon-Ra St. Brown in Detroit, $30 million a year. And I would argue that all three of those guys are better than CeeDee Lamb.
Well, St. Brown isn't better than CeeDee Lamb, and
I think St. Brown's better than A.J. Brown, too.
and CeeDee's better than AJ.
Come on.
No,
You're such a homer.
You come on. No, you're an anti-homer.
No,
Just
I'm
go watch
not.
him play, Tim.
Is CeeDee even top 5?
Yes.
All right.
Why do you not like what you have? Are you the guy that walks out to your
I do like
backyard
him.
and
I don't
go,
think he's a top 5. I'm not saying he's not good. I think there's better.
I think there is better too. A couple of them.
He needs to take about $25 million a year is what Jerry's going to offer him.
No, he's not going to take $25 million a year when A.J. Brown and these other cats are making 30.
Does he want to be the highest paid wide receiver? You think he wants 35.1?
I don't know. I haven't talked to CeeDee.
Why not? You knew we were doing a show.
Yeah, but
I just don't understand it, man.
you don't understand wanting money?
No, I guess not.
Okay.
Who wants money?
I do.
It's overrated. I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't have any of it. Man, I'm sorry. I don't see it. I don't see him getting Justin Jefferson money. Number one, the Cowboys can't afford it. Because you remember who else you got to go pay?
Micah.
Micah. And you know how much Micah's probably going to get?
A lot.
$30 a year,
Yeah.
which would be twice as much as he's worth.
Okay, you may want to go remove your Cowboys tampon out of your vagina.
I have a vagina. It's in my butt. I'm anxious to see what Micah Parsons does under Zim.
I am too.
And it better be way better than his last season under Quinn, because he did not have a good year last year.
Yeah,
But I'd like to know how much of that was the system and how much of that is him falling off. And I don't think he's
he was
falling
on
off.
track to be, defensive player of the year or whatever.
Wasn't. For halfway through the season.
Yeah, that's terrible.
He's horrible.
Stop.
He needs to retire. You're dumb. I don't know why you hate the Cowboys.
You irritate me a lot.
It's because I'm right.
No, it's because you're spouting dummy stuff.
So you think Micah should get 30 a year, and you think CeeDee should get 30 a year,
Yes.
and Dak's going to get 60 a year.
Well, I mean, that's because they effed that in the butt.
Well, they've effed all of this in the butt.
So, yeah, do I think the Cowboys are going to end up having to try and find a way to pay these guys or they'll lose them? Yeah. So I hope they pay them. Or else they'll lose them.
But at what point is too much, and that you'd rather them lose them than them just pay it?
I don't know. Your number one wide receiver that's really good.
You think CeeDee Lamb's better than Mike Evans?
Well, Mike Evans is a really weird story because he never has a really good quarterback. The times that he has,
Brady throwing him the ball for 3 years.
The times he has, he looked, but he also had the dropsies. I mean, the same with CeeDee.
Right.
I put them in about the same category, but I think I like CeeDee better.
I mean, Evans making 25 now under his new deal.
Right. I think I like CeeDee better.
And I put CeeDee on the same plane as Mike Evans. Like 25, 26 a year.
Well, he's going to be 30.
I know, and I hate that. I mean, I'm glad for him. I'm glad he gets his money. You better fucking stop dropping passes, though, across the middle.
He pretty much did.
He did. Let's see if he continues that this year, when they need him maybe more than ever. Because you don't really have a third wide receiver right now.
You'll end up with a third wide receiver, Tim. Don't worry about it.
I hope so. They need to do something. I mean, everybody forgets Brandon Cooks is still on the team.
He's your 2.
But they don't utilize him.
Yes, you're correct.
I wish they would.
We'll find out.
Jalen Tolbert, everybody's propping Jalen Tolbert up, but he's shown nothing.
Probably not the number 3, by the way.
That's what Broadus said. He's like, yeah, he probably won't even be on the roster come regular season. So, there you go. CeeDee is going to get 35. Micah's going to get 32.
Yep.
Dak's going to get 60. Paid. When are we going to get our money?
Whenever Gerb decides to do something.
Oh, that it's his decision.
Come on, Gerb.
Hey, I'm holding out for a new contract, Colby. I don't know about you.
I better be better than the one I got right now.
It's got to be, right?
Yep.
Jesus. Get us out of here.
All right, so coming up next, we've got the good, bad, and the ugly, and then the mystery shotgun. The mystery shotgun has enough in it that should wow your pants off. So put your pants on so they can be removed for the mystery shotgun. After the good, bad, and ugly, up next on the Colby Sapp IndyCarTim Show.
Hello, sports fans.
FanStream Sports.
All right, guys, time to talk a little bit about Turf Life. You've seen the hats on our heads. You've been or seen the video of the studio. You've seen that the decals are all over the place. Turf Life. Man, it's the brand that salutes the consumer and industry players everywhere whose lives involve turf. What does that mean? It means if you play or have a business or, maybe you're a sports educator, you're going to be on turf at some point. So you live the turf life. So go ahead and tell everybody you live the turf life by having your Turf Life window decal or, the hat or the keychain or the something. Along that lines, just go to turflifeclub.com and become a turf head. That's what it's called when you live the turf life. You're now a turf head. And you can go join the club today and snag that window decal or snag any other special Turf Life accessories and go over there to that website, which is turflifeclub.com, and get your stuff and show everybody that, man, I'm all about that turf life. And then you just kind of raise your coffee mug at them and go, yeah, turf life, baby. That's what it's about. And then that's the end of the commercial. Ding. That means it's done in microwave talk.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the temperature, ensure your home is totally secure, all from the palm of your hand. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Start by going to the website, GetStarPower.com. That's GetStarPower.com.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hey, listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you. Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sapp IndyCarTim show right here on FanStream Sports, live on FanStreamSports.com, the FanStream Sports mobile app for Android and iOS. Live on TikTok right now, live on Instagram, live on Facebook, and, of course, FanStream Sports TV on our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe for all of our great shows over there and get that notification bell hit, clicked, mashed, whatever you have to do. We're having fun here on a Monday. It is Monday, my dudes.
It is.
Colby, happy Canada Day.
Happy Wing Day.
All right, I knew you were going to come back with something.
Yeah. What's that a boot?
Colby, it's time for some birthdays. Do we still do birthdays here?
We do.
Let's do some birthdays.
That music tells you that it's time for the good, bad, and ugly, where I go through all the people that were born today, find the people that I think are famous enough to make the list, make that list, and offer them up to you guys. For you, along with me and Tim, to decide who is the good person, who is the bad person, and who's the ugly person. Thus the music, thus the name of the damn segment. So we're going to start off today with one guy that I think he turns 43. Buddy of mine over there at the 105.3 The Fan and 1/3, I guess now, of the KNC Masterpiece. It is one Corey Majors.
Happy birthday, Corey!
You know what? I'm going to have to just offer him up in that one section with all the other great people and just say he's
He's an all-time good?
He's an all-time good.
Probably need to start writing these down.
He just makes it. Did that show with them for a long-ass time. Still get invited occasionally to come up there and do stupid crap with them.
You were really good on that show.
I wasn't bad.
I think you were better there than you are here. Not that you're not good here. It was just an entirely different role for you.
Just had to monkey wrench, man.
That's my job here. Can you imagine we're both monkey wrench guys?
Well, then nothing would ever get done with this show.
It barely does now, right?
Just spent the whole show in the ditch with nothing talked about that's relevant to anybody.
I mean, we've had shows like that anyway.
We have. So, but there you go, Corey. That's it.
Corey's a good one, man.
Good dude. He's a good dude.
Internets.
Conveniently enough, I struggled with that word. Conveniently enough and weird.
Kristen McCaffrey.
Turning 44 years old today. The guy that Corey irritates the shit out of me every time he brings him up. Nelson Cruz's birthday's today.
Oh, Colby.
It's a lot less irritating now since
a little bit
we won, but we would have had two. Tim,
you know what irritates me is how long and how well he played after the Rangers hung him out to dry.
Right.
I mean, he went up. I think he went to Tampa Bay, had a pretty decent couple of years, and had some great seasons in Seattle. He just retired 2 years ago? So he played into his 40s.
Well, you know, that deer antler spray will make you go long.
Claw and Antler. He was part of that Claw and Antlers.
You know what? I still say this. We don't end up in that situation to win a World Series if Nelson Cruz didn't do all the things that he did.
No, and he gets a lot of – and you know what? I do it too. I'm guilty because he's kind of the face of the failure of that game and that series. And rightfully so, but it wasn't just him that lost out on that ring that year. It wasn't just because of him against the Cardinals. I blame Major League Baseball too.
Turning 45 years old today, one of those UFC fighters, former champion, Forrest Griffin turns 45 years old today.
Run, Forrest, run.
He's just cool because my dad was named Forrest.
Oh, I didn't know that. I like that name for a dude. That's cool. You don't see many of those.
Turning 79 years old today, one Debbie Harry.
Blondie.
Yeah, I figured you'd enjoy that one.
I probably still would, Colby.
At 79, just so you can say I did Blondie last night?
Blondie.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Turning 72 years old today, one Dan Aykroyd.
Wow.
You tried his tequila?
No, he had tequila. Why does everybody have tequila?
Well, he's one of the OGs of the. His is the Skull tequila.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Is it his skull? Is it a model of his skull?
I don't think it's actual size. 'Cause that's a small skull.
It has a pour spout on it, right?
Yeah, that'd be weird. Just pouring, you're just pouring
Like a Lego guy.
Dan Aykroyd head onto your shot glass.
Gross. He's good though. I like Dan Aykroyd.
All right, Melissa Peterman's 53 years old today.
Where would I know her fine work?
You would know her fine work from, the Reba show.
Oh, the blonde chick.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The dumb ditzy blonde opposite Reba's red hair smarts. Yeah, okay, I know who she is. She's on something now too. I can't remember what it. I don't watch it, but I've seen commercials for it.
I don't. I recognized her face and I was like, I know that person.
Yep, that was a funny show.
Andre Brower passed away in 2023.
He did, Colby.
Always played a policeman every time I saw him on TV.
Yeah, I forgot what he was popular, years ago in dramatic police roles, and then he became the captain on Brooklyn Nine-Nine with Andy Samberg, yeah.
Huh?
And it was a great show, and he was very dry in the show. It was really great. He's gone too soon.
Turning 57 years old today, and the first time I remember my brain saying, I have to see that sex tape. Pamela Anderson.
Oh, Colby.
Turns 57.
How did she take all of that?
Not sure, Tim.
In multiple orifices.
Not sure, Tim.
It was huge. Can't get it out of my mind.
Missy Elliott's 53 years old today.
Rappist?
Yeah, a rapper. Hip-hop artist.
Okay. Which is she? You can't be both, right?
You're all of those.
You are?
Yeah.
Even though they're different genres?
No, hip-hop and rap are the same, pretty much the same thing.
Okay, that's what I thought, and I get yelled at by black people for thinking that. They always tell me it's different. And I'm like, well, it all sounds the same to me. Well, that's what we think about white people music.
Okay. Yes, there is a slight difference, right? All right, that's like the say. If I were to get into, well, that's not death metal. That's
punk metal or something.
Prog, right? That's prog metal. Or I just
Gotcha.
You can get.
It makes more sense now that you explain it that way. Okay.
But if anybody that's not a metalhead and I let them, they're not going to be like, oh, that's metal.
Right.
So there you go.
We used to not have different genres of metal. It used to all just be metal.
Right. Or just it was all rock.
It was all rock, yeah.
Right.
Except for Elvis.
Passed away in 1997, Princess Diana.
Oh, Colby.
What's that happened? Did you think her nickname was unfortunate?
What?
Princess Di?
Did I ever tell you the story about the night she died? So it was a Saturday, and me and my buddy were on a road trip to Destin, Florida.
Okay.
And we arrived at our hotel room that night. Had been on the road listening to CDs in the Nissan Pathfinder on the trip down there. Didn't have the radio on or anything. We roll into the motel we were staying at on the beach, unpacked our stuff, and I turned on the TV to watch Saturday Night Live.
Uh-huh.
And I start seeing all this stuff about Princess Diana dying and these newscasts and stuff, like kind of in the background, not really paying attention. And after about 20 minutes, I was like, man, this is a really dark episode of SNL. Why did they go so dark like this? Like, what the hell? And then it took me like another 20 minutes to realize, like, this was really happening. Like, it was so weird.
Wow.
Yeah, it was bad.
And
I might
finally,
have been drunk.
turning 47 years old today, the spawn of Steven, one Liv Tyler.
Dude. Hot, right?
Yeah.
And the greatest videos of all time were those late 90s Aerosmith videos, or probably mid 90s Aerosmith videos with Liv Tyler and Alicia Silverstone.
Right. And then, didn't you
God,
find that odd that Steven's kid just, running around?
Now, in all fairness, he didn't know her until like just before that.
Okay.
Like he didn't raise her, he didn't have anything. So his mom was a groupie, or her mom was a groupie. And helped out with some roadie stuff from time to time. He didn't even know she was pregnant. Robin Trower, the rock and roll, he raised her because he was married to her mom. And then finally, I think when she turned 18 is like when her mom told her who her father was. And she reached out, and then he was like, "Oh, cool, all right, well, welcome to the family," and put her in his videos and stuff.
I mean, good for. I still couldn't. It's like it's something.
Your kid though, right?
Something kicks into my brain going, "Yeah, this is great. You can be in the video, but put a shirt on.
Put your clothes on."
Yeah, put it all on. You know what? She's going to be a mascot. Let's go ahead and just make her
Put a suit on her.
Yeah.
And what's weird is normally when you have these daughters of bad-looking actors or rock stars, right? Because Steven Tyler's not a handsome man by any stretch. When you have the daughters that look like the guy, normally it's not hot. Like it's a complete, okay, no, she looks way too much like her dad and he's ugly. But she is a very hot version of Steven Tyler to me.
You know what? Stop messing it up for me. You shut up. Shut up. You just Charlotte Flaired Liv Tyler for me.
I like to mess up her hair.
Damn it. So there you go. There's the list that I have of the people that are famous and had birthdays today.
Colby celebrating Facebook birthdays today. Not a bunch, but one of my all-time favorite people on the planet that's in the female form. I'm just going to say Emily, who I've had the hots for way before I was divorced. But it's okay. The wife knew, and she agreed.
Emily Jones?
No.
Okay.
No, and Emily Jones. It's just Emily. We all love Emily. Remember I told you my thing for midriffs?
Uh-huh.
First time I met Emily was at Texas Motor Speedway in the infield, and she was in the bed of a truck dancing with her midriff showing. Like she had a half shirt on, and she was all going to town dancing, and we rolled up. And she was in part of our campsite, right? She was in our group. I just hadn't met her before.
Right.
Oh, my God, Colby wanted to lick that belly button ring out of her navel.
It's too far, Tim.
It wouldn't have been too far.
It's too far.
So happy birthday, Emily, who now has a child and another on the way and is happily married, but not to me. Colby Memory Nelson celebrated a birthday yesterday.
Their first name is Memory?
Memory.
All right, then.
She's cute. I would. Colby, another former crush of mine, Cheza Rask, has a birthday as of yesterday.
You're making names up.
No, Cheza, Cheza. She's of Lebanese descent. And she looks like it, and she's hot. Colby, Harry Berg, also known as Harry the Greek.
You're making names up.
58 years old yesterday. He makes regular appearances with us over there at that J.P. Peterson show. He's like a betting guy, gambling guy. Chris McQuaid, happy birthday to you, sir, on Facebook.
Son of John.
Jake McQuaid. And then Colby, finally, yesterday, one of my good buddies from high school. He was the high school quarterback and the most handsome guy in school that wasn't me. Bobby Curry. Happy birthday to you, Bobby, and Mary. And what's weird is when you have these friends from high school that you were friends with, but not in the same friend group.
Right.
And then 30 years after high school, they get married. So that happened with her. His wife Stacy, I knew in high school as well, but she was a couple of years behind us. They end up somehow connecting later in life, and they couldn't be happier, and they're the cutest couple ever. I hate it. I mean, I love it. If you would like your birthday to be read on your birthday, which would be weird because we wouldn't do it on a different day.
Right.
Friend me on Facebook or shoot me a text or reach out on the FanStream Sports text line 214-937-0569. We would love to offer you a happy birthday shout out on your birthday, or maybe a friend of yours, a hot wife of yours, a hot little sister of yours, depending on how old you are. I would be happy to give a happy birthday shout out to someone's little sister.
What?
As long as she was, 20-ish.
Right.
Colby, my good. Attempt to dig myself out of this hole.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Lots of options here for goods.
There is a lot of options for goods.
But you know what? She's not an ultimate good, but she will be ultimately good in my heart and in my pants. Pam Anderson.
All right, then.
Is my good.
Don't go look her up now.
We did that. I think we did that last year on her birthday, didn't we?
Probably.
We did. My bad. I mean, I can't not do it. It's Nelson Cruz. Sorry, I couldn't. I was going to go Missy Elliott, but she probably deserves better than that. I can't name one song that she rap sings, but Colby, my ugly, because she probably doesn't look very good right now after being dead all that time.
No.
I got to go Princess Di. Dead Princess Di. No telling what that looks like now.
Because we spent so long on her, I'm going to go with my good is Liv Tyler.
Okay.
My bad is I'm not going to be like you, sir.
No?
Boomstick, boomstick, boomstick.
Boomstick Mafia.
So my bad is I'm going to go with because she's just in that one show, Melissa Peterman.
It's a cop-out bad, but I'll accept it.
There's nobody really else on the
I
list.
know, it was tough. That's why I went with who I went with.
And my ugly from here is, I'm going to go with Dan Aykroyd.
Okay, I thought you were going to go Debbie Harry.
It was Forrest Griffin has cauliflower ear.
They all do, though,
I
right?
was going to go with him, but I'll go Dan.
By the way, there might not be anything more unattractive on a human being than cauliflower ear, other than, missing limbs.
I don't really find anything wrong with any of that, Tim.
Fat lips.
You're basically just starting to describe a lot of movie stars.
With unnaturally injected lips?
Yeah. Or just...
Oh, it's kind of gross when they go overboard. I'm not going to lie.
When it's not unnatural and it's what their lips are and they just have big, plump lips, those are great.
Well, no, if they're natural looking like Angelina Jolie, I think her lips are amazeballs.
So there you go. There is the good, bad, and ugly, and time to smoothly segue in because we got a lot of pictures to show you and a lot of things to talk about when it comes to this. Oh, yeah. Welcome into Colby Sapp's Mystery Shotgun. I am your host, Colby Sapp, along with Pod Racer Tim. Gonna try not to bog you down with acolyte talk here. We may get to that somewhere else down this show sheet, but we have a lot of things to get to as things have been released people are talking all over the internet about the Superman movie and stuff that's going on, and we need to talk about it. Tim, can you just show one of you got them all together?
No, they're all separate.
They're all separate. You show the one without the man in black, just one of those. There you go.
By the way, I love the color scheme of the costume. To me, it's such a throwback.
The color scheme of the costume, this is Corn Sweat's Superman, by the way, everybody. This was taken, there you go. There's two of your guys that are in the film, two of your heroes, one of them being Superman. And by the way, that costume, that's what I want to not Mr. Terrific. We can talk about him in a second. But that costume has sparked all kinds of craziness on the internet. One, now this is without any CGI or anything going along with it, but it looks kind of baggy. Looks like it's kind of foldy.
Yeah, and
It's
also
not skin tight.
No, it's not. And also, when I looked at it closer, like when I zoomed into it, because I saw this picture somewhere else before you sent it to me. It's a weird texture of fabric or whatever it is. It's not just a smooth fabric. It seems like it's got some parts of it that aren't. I mean, you can see just by the wrinkles in the arm right there, like in his elbow.
Right.
It's a little baggy, but I think that's because of the weird, I don't know, there's weird textures with it. And it looks like there's different materials that it's made out of that are put together. You know, I'm probably explaining that horribly for those that can't see the picture, but it just looked weird to me. But the color, I love the color. The color scheme to me is Superman.
It's old school. It's what you would see in the cartoons. The one major thing that I have that I think you didn't have to do, but, you know, going with the classic was you didn't have to do the underoos on the outside.
I love that's what I like about it.
You don't, because nobody does that anymore. That was back in the day. That was, you know, your Peter Pan, your on-stage performers that inspired that in the old school comics. And everybody else kind of had that too. Back, you know, your costumes were based on that.
Right.
Your Batman, Superman, hell, Aquaman had that. Everybody had that kind of setup. And then they moved away from it. Superman is the only one that occasionally still has, oh, hey, why is his underwear on outside? What is going on?
See, to me, it looks weird when they don't have it.
My brain is that nobody would do that nowadays. Nobody like, hey, I made you I made you your costume. Like, if it's a homemade costume, I made you this. And I made it like I put the underwear on the outside.
Right.
Nobody's going to do that nowadays.
I would.
So some are like you and being nostalgia about it.
Yeah.
And saying, oh, that's classic. That's Superman. That's what I want to see. And everybody else is pretty much upset with it.
Oh, really? Like they're actually upset.
Right. Like compared to the Cavill Superman costume.
Who was naked.
Which was amazing.
Awkwardly naked Superman. I didn't like it.
That was an amazing costume.
I liked the colors.
I really loved that costume. It wasn't classic at all. It was updated, new and improved, but it still had its homages.
Yeah.
But also explained because it was a Kryptonian costume. It was futuristic. It was from Krypton. So therefore it was made of different material than you would find on Earth. This looks like it wasn't made from Krypton.
So you're not a fan of the costume?
Not. I mean, it'll grow on me.
It's
but
just very retro, right? That's the point.
It is very retro.
I mean, you know me.
I do.
I'm a retro guy.
I do. The other thing that was, I do like the symbol of the S. By the way, I do like the color scheme they're going along with it. It's just a little bit enough different to make you kind of excited for it. I can't wait to see it with all the heroes they're going to have in it. But we had this released, and everybody's guessing on who the Man in Black is. And for those that are just listening to the audio, this is a picture of Superman with Flag Senior is in there, the U.S. government, along with not that one, that one. Along with a almost kind of looking like either Black Noir and or Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe.
Right, Snake Eyes was what I thought of.
As Superman's getting arrested by the army, along with Rick Flag Sr., who is in this movie. It's not pictured, but that's another guy that's in this scene. And there's a bunch of theories floating out there on who that is. Some of them are really wrong, and some of them could be right. The one that's really wrong, and this is because Gunn has said this is not a multiverse show.
Mm-hmm.
This is not, they're not going to go to other Earths. They're not going to go to Earth 3 or whatever, which the character that everybody thinks that is the Earth 3 Superman, which is Ultraman. That's where all the good guys are bad guys in Earth 3. So their Superman's not Superman for the people. He's the leader of the crime syndicate, and he's Ultraman. That's not Ultraman. For those that want to know who that is, if you don't, hold your ears or tune out for a second. For those that do want to know, it looks like that is a clone of Superman, probably created by Lex Luthor. So he's having to wear the mask and stuff because he looks exactly like Superman, so everybody would just wonder who that guy is.
Colby, somebody agrees with your take on the costume here on the comments. While the throwback color scheme is great, the costume looks like it was made by someone who didn't pass home ec.
Yeah, correct. That's what I thought when I looked at it. Now, again, this could be cleaned up a lot with some kind of CGI or whatever. I didn't see any CGI, any of the dots or anything that would be future corrective. So, but that's not what's needed now.
Right.
That's the only thing I can look for. Other things that were pictured that really I didn't have time to pull because the picture of Nathan Fillion was just like his forehead, but there are pictures of him, and he is, of course, going to be Green Lantern in this. Right. But yeah, the costume, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to really want to love this movie, so I'm going to be as optimistic as possible, but the costume doesn't quite do it for me. Everything else, how many heroes they're throwing into it, sounds like it could be too much, but
Do we know plot line or anything here? Like,
it's based on Superman Legacy, the comic book.
Okay.
But honestly, as many characters as they're throwing in, and some, by the way, that aren't even originally DC characters that have now moved over. So there's going to be a lot of things going on that's going to be adding to it. So it sounds like they've just pulled from Superman Legacy snippets, but it's going to be basically its own thing.
Right.
So, but yeah, Superman. Dude, I hope it's great because you look like, Corn Sweat looks like a young Henry Cavill. As far as face and everything, I love that. I thought maybe he should be a little bit more jacked, but, maybe we just all got used to the fact that Cavill's a walking I'm jacked billboard.
Looks like me.
So, but that's amazing. The other thing that broke on the internet that maybe not everybody is super excited for is we get our first look at Hellboy from Hellboy and the Crooked Man. As there you go. Which I'm not sure what I even think about that. Now
don't they all pretty much just look the same?
His horns don't look right, dude.
They don't look the same as Ron Perlman's horns?
They look glued on. They don't look as like cracked or edged or anything. They just look like they took 2 Pringles cans and
that's probably what they are.
Put them on. Now this is also made by the movie company Ketchup.
Probably has the same budget we do.
And the budget's not great. And I'm not. The trailer made it looked really without any kind of humor whatsoever.
Really?
It's mainly just going for this is scary.
Right.
Now there might be some humor in it, but I mean I'm going to watch it because I love Hellboy. But I'm not. The greatest thing that I've seen from people that actually, have watched or taken a look at it and tell you about it is they've said it's not going to be that bad. That's not That's not screaming reviews, everybody.
It's not a great endorsement, is it? It's not going to be that bad.
I've heard it's not going to be that bad. So, give a chance. Watch the trailer. Make your own decisions. This may end up still being better than the Harbor Hellboy. And again, that Hellboy was, as far as edited and everything else, and the ending, and it was all kinds of glued together wrong. But there was quite a few times in there that I go, oh, that's cool. I thought I'd never see that in a comic book movie. I had some happy moments watching that. But I knew at the end of it that there was no reason for that extended after post-credit scene, that it thought that there was going to be more of those Hellboy, because it was not. It was,
wow.
Yeah, that one wasn't great at all. It had the potential to be really awesome, but yeah, no, it wasn't good. So there you go. There's Hellboy picks. There's those things going on. And also we got a trailer, Deadpool Wolverine with Sabretooth involved. If you've been listening to the Mystery Shotgun, you know, already knew Sabretooth was there. But yeah, they confirmed it with the trailer. So that's amazing. Can't wait for Deadpool Wolverine.
Is that your most anticipated movie in a couple of years?
Yes. Yeah, besides how much Spider-Mans that we had.
Right.
Or all the Spider-Man were going to show up in the same movie. That was pretty highly anticipated. But this should be the one that hopefully saves the MCU and puts it back on track. It makes everybody excited to go see Marvel movies again, because I am a big comic book fan, and I enjoy when the comic book movies are great and everybody's talking about them. When they're not, then, well, I just go back to talking about them to myself in the closet. So there you go. There is your Mystery Shotgun.
We didn't talk Acolyte yet.
We didn't talk Acolyte.
Let's talk Acolyte. We got a little bit of time.
Do we?
I mean, enough to talk Acolyte. So we differ on the Acolyte right now.
We do.
And again, my reviews of these shows are based not on the same thing yours are. You have more problems with continuity than I do. You have more problems with, things that appear to be lazy show making or whatever. And I don't. And some of the things that we bitched about early on in the series, and I said, well, just wait. Maybe they'll explain it later. That's kind of happening now.
Right.
But it shouldn't have taken this long.
No, it's lazy.
I don't disagree. And as many things as are wrong with this show, I'm still completely entertained and I'm 100% engaged in it. I can't wait for the ending.
You know what? I am hate watching this thing. Like, just because. It's like I've started it and now I'm just going to continue because, I need to talk about it. I feel like that just talking about the Acolyte, people are like, oh, hey, they're going to trash this thing and get excited about it. Well, you're welcome. I am.
It's your fault.
I am. There was a couple of cool scenes in this previous episode. The big fight and all that with, Darth Joker doing his thing.
It's not his name.
And by the way, I said I was going to vomit. It ended up being May's helper guy.
Yeah.
Ended up being the main bad guy. I didn't actually vomit, but I was like, that is so lazy because it kept pointing at him as he's probably the guy. So that's got to be the diversion, right?
That he's an imbecile, yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be the diversion.
Same way Jar Jar Binks was a Sith.
Right. No, not the same way because they never actually went that way. But they did make this Jar Jar Binks into the Sith, so...
So have you heard the theory, though, on who he is?
No, I haven't.
Darth Plagueis.
If he ends up being Darth Plagueis, if they end up having him be Darth Plagueis, I'm going to die.
The Plagueis or Sidious?
I am going to die inside.
Maybe it was Sidious. What if it was Sidious?
Doesn't matter. How did Mundi not remember that? This has got to be a nobody. All right, for those that aren't aware, Mundi is in The Phantom Menace, the prequels, right? And his major line in there is, Sith, there hasn't been Sith active in thousands of years.
Right.
We jaunt back, 80?
It's 100 years.
100 years? 100 years ago, which, by the way, how's Mundi alive? 'Cause at first, I didn't think that race lived that long. They went to Wikipedia and changed his date of birth, by the way.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Well, they're producing on the fly like we do.
Changed it. And he's like, what? No. And he's now here when Sith are active. How does he not know?
Well, maybe they're going to go back and change that line in the movie and all the digital parts of the movie and make them say 100 years.
Maybe.
Like, how would that?
That's one thing.
Look,
So
they're allowed to backtrack and change things. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that.
They're not allowed to do any
They're
of that.
making it better.
No, you have the content in front of you, right? You have it. Now follow those rules, and you can go to the past and make videos, but just make sure they match up with the other. It should be one motherfucker's job. Should be one motherfucker's job to just go, hey, by the way,
The continuity guy.
the continuity's off. Change his line.
Maybe he did. Maybe they were like, screw it. We got another agenda we need to push here than continuity.
So
Lesbians.
the other side of that is, damn it, home dude that's got the Killmonger cut.
Yeah.
Dude, you're running through the forest, running away from the evil Sith. How about you turn off your lightsaber that's as bright as the sun and the same shade? Just talking to May with his lightsaber lit. Like, yeah? Or Osha. Talking to Osha with his lightsaber lit. No. Wait, I should turn this off? But why? You have the Force, MFer. You should know. God, this show is lazy.
I love when Colby gets worked up over Star Wars.
It's dumb lazy. Just
let me throw another question at you here before we move on.
okay.
What's the Chinese dude's name?
Soul.
So how come he couldn't tell that was May and not Osha at the end?
Yeah.
Shouldn't he be able to feel that in the Force?
Shouldn't he be able to know?
Because May is way strong in the Force.
Right.
Right? So he should be able to feel, because he wouldn't feel any Force when Osha's around.
Well, Darth Joker had to wear a helmet so Saul couldn't mess with his mind. Right? Because all of a sudden now he's not only Darth Joker, but he's Magneto.
It's a great bit.
He's all the supervillains.
And apparently that's a thing, because at the like after that fight scene, he said something to Osha about I forgot what the actual line was, but about his ability to do that, and why don't you ask him? And that's all we got. And then later she's like, what did he mean by that? And he shut it down really quick.
Right. You'll tell you later.
But he should be able to feel May because she's that strong with the Force.
Maybe I'm going on the idea that he just knows. That he just knows.
Oh, we're going to assume that he knows.
He's playing. That's the only sane thought that I can have that'll not make me just totally give up. No, I'm already giving up. I hate watching this, but I'm trying to adapt, and it's hard because it's like trying to breathe water with lungs.
Is this worse than
Book of Boba Fett? Hell yes.
Oh no, yes, 100%. That was bad.
That was bad.
And apparently season 2's coming out.
Well, it is, and
it's
hopefully
unnecessary.
It's better, minus the Power Rangers.
I don't have a problem with the Power Rangers. I want that Chinese android chick to be in it more. Is it worse than Phantom Menace? Which I felt was lazy too.
Oh no, the Phantom Menace was great.
It was great when it first came out, or it was great now, whatever, 25 years later?
Phantom Menace, the 1 and 3, I have
It was
no
the
problem.
clones you didn't like?
It was the fact that I had to sit through 2 hours of the Days of Our Jedis just to get to 7 minutes worth of good stuff.
Jedi soap opera?
Yes. I didn't need that.
Sure you did.
No, nobody needed that. You just been like, and they went off and fell in love.
We got to see Padme's midriff in a lot of that. She should have had a belly button ring.
So there you go. There's Acolyte talk. And so tomorrow at like midnight is the last episode.
8 p.m. Central Time.
Is last or the second to last episode.
I
Of
think
the
it's
Acolyte.
episode 7. So in there 8.
Yeah.
So I think 7's tomorrow.
So we're getting closer, so I won't have to hate watch that as much.
But then what we have to do is after we watch all of them when they come out, we have to go back and rewatch them all
I ain't doing it.
to catch all the things that we missed.
I ain't doing it. I have not missed enough to go back.
We have to come up here on a Saturday, Colby, and sit at that table, watch The Acolyte, binge watch it straight through
No, I can't.
with a bottle of Jameson on the table
I can't do it.
and see how long that Jameson lasts.
You will be wearing a bottle of Jameson
Well, I'm going to drink it. I'm not going to wear it.
as a hat.
Be weird.
You'll be wearing it.
Whatever.
So there you go. There is your Colby Sapp's Mystery Shotgun. Coming up next, we've got fun with real video involving Jamarcus Russell. And then I've got news and notes involving a lot of Florida. That's all coming up on the Colby Sapp IndyCarTim show.
Hello, sports fans.
FanStream Sports.
Introducing Star Power Smart Home Solutions, where cutting-edge technology meets effortless living. Control your entire home with just a tap on your smartphone. Adjust the lights, set the perfect temperature, and ensure your home is secure, all from the palm of your hand. Star Power has the experts that will transform your house into a secure, smart home. Experience the ultimate solution in comfort and security for your family. Get started at GetStarPower.com. Star Power, where innovation meets home.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to GolfCentralMag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to GolfCentralMag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at GolfCentralMag.com. We'll see you there.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. What is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out OrionGolf.com. Hey listeners, make sure you check out the brand new FanStream Sports in-studio text line. You can reach us during any of our live shows or 24/7 at 214-937-0569. That's 214-937-0569. Text us 24/7 day or night, and we'll reply to you and make you part of the show.
Coming back at you.
Now, more FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to the Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show.
What
I'm
up?
IndyCarTim. That over there is Colby Sapp. Right in front of me, about 10 feet, maybe 12, 13 feet. In Studio A, I'm in the production room, the Ted Nichols Payne Memorial production room, by the way.
That's right.
If you know, you know. Stay hard, Ted. Having fun here in the FanStream Sports Studios in Dallas. It is Monday. Wrapping things up here for you. Again, we appreciate everybody that's tuned in on TikTok tonight, everybody that's watching on Instagram, Facebook, the YouTube, as well as our FanStream Sports TV channel over at YouTube. Go check us out there. You get all of the All of our great programming, all of our great shows, not just us. There's tons of programming over there for you guys. It's all entertaining. Some of it's sports related, some of it's not. And then you get your bi-weekly dose, or I guess your weekly dose of Colby Sapp's Mystery Shotgun.
Yep.
Where we talk all things DC, EU, MCU, comic books, movies, television, all that good stuff. You can find all of these on your favorite podcast app as well. If you don't want to watch live, we appreciate you very, very much. Colby, do you remember former LSU Tiger, former Oakland Raider, Jamarcus Russell?
I do remember Jamarcus Russell.
You ever wonder what Jamarcus Russell's doing these days?
Probably somewhere still sipping on some syrup, right?
Probably, but he's in some trouble.
Uh-oh.
And you know what? He was never one of the smartest people on the planet.
He could throw a ball real far, though.
He could throw a ball really, really far. But he wasn't very smart in life. We hope that he was smarter with his money, right? Because he got millions and millions and millions of dollars from the Raiders years and years ago. But I have a feeling that money did not hold up. Because do you know what he is in trouble for, Colby?
No.
So he was a volunteer assistant coach at Williamson High School in Mobile, Alabama.
So volunteer, so not paid.
Working for free.
Right.
Because that is his old high school.
Okay.
On the coaching staff as a volunteer. Well, he has been fired.
Oh, man, when they fire you and they don't pay you.
From his duties as a volunteer coach at the high school he went to, where he is no doubt a legend, much the same way I am at the Colony High School, the most notable graduate ever.
No.
With all due respect to Darren Williams, the NBA substar, and Bracy Wright, the NBA and Italy substar. We had an NFLer come out of there too. But I'm by far the most notable alumni out of the Colony High School, and it's not close. Colby, he was fired because the school alleges that he stole and cashed in his own name a $74,000 check that was meant to be a donation to the football program at his high school.
Oh, so that's where you're saying that he's probably ran out of money, huh?
$74,000. So he probably took a check from like a booster, right? They're like, hey, man, want to donate to your high school, to the football program. Here's $74,000. You guys use it however you need it. Probably gave it to him directly. And I don't know any of this because it doesn't say. I'm just saying this is probably how this went down. To where he said, oh, and he accepted it on behalf of the high school, right? Oh, absolutely. We'll get it and we'll, whatever. We'll, remodel the locker rooms, whatever you want to do, right?
Right.
And then went and just cashed it and pocketed the money. And then, weeks later, at some point, that booster that wrote the check is probably talking to somebody at the school, maybe one of the other coaches, and said, hey, what'd you guys decide to do with that $74,000 I gave you? And they're like, huh?
Uh-oh.
And he goes, yeah, I gave Jamarcus a check for $74,000 as a donation to the program. Told you guys to get what you need, man. Upgrade your shoulder pads. Quit using those 1970s shoulder pads with the metal buckles and stuff. Go get you some Velcro. And the coach probably goes, yeah, we never got that.
Oh, dear.
So they probably, hey, Jamarcus,
where's our money at?
do you have $74,000 for us? Nah, man, it's gone.
Done went, left.
I don't know why I sounded like Jamarcus Russell just now.
It's gone.
I gambled it away down there, that mobile Choctaw, whatever it's called down there. Hurras.
I put it all on black.
Because black don't crack.
Yeah, but
it also
red.
doesn't win.
It was red.
So
I was going to double it. I was going to take half of it for myself and give you all the rest.
Oh, Colby. So, yes.
How many times did he do that then?
He's also accused, as I read further in the story, of withdrawing an additional $55,000 from the football program's bank account.
How? Why?
At Navigator Credit Union. So now the credit union is suing him for $55,000.
Oh, man.
And his own high school is suing him for $74,000. And you got fired from your volunteer job.
I'm guessing he doesn't have this money to pay back. I'm just guessing that somehow Jamarcus Russell doesn't have this money to pay back, which is sad.
Dude.
Because everybody knows how much money you had at one time. And we all think if you were to give us that money, that we would never have to work again.
You like to think that, right? Like, yeah, absolutely. Or these, well, but maybe it's a bad example, but these idiots that win $20, $30 million in the lottery and it's gone in a year, right?
I don't
understand that.
I don't. I've never understood that. And, of course, I've never been in their shoes either, Tim. I've never been there. So I don't know how it could happen. Because I would think, oh, my God, I'm taking most of this and I'm putting it somewhere, whether it be CeeDee, whatever it is, right? I'm putting it back. And I'm taking what I need to live, get a house, get a couple of vehicles that I like, set the house up really nice, and then never have to worry about money again.
Right.
But, man, I don't know. You only get to live once, so maybe that's what they're thinking. I'm just going to do it all now.
Well, too bad for Jamarcus Russell. But, man, do you remember him in college? I do, for sure.
Oh, yeah, bombing away.
God. And we just thought, dude, this dude's going to be one of the great ones with that arm.
Right.
And he went to the Raiders and literally maybe he had this before Johnny Manziel, but he had Johnny Manziel-itis where he never wanted to look at a playbook. He never wanted to practice. Remember, was he the one that where the story of the coaches gave him a CD and a playbook or DVD and a playbook and said, go home and study the playbook and there's plays on the DVD and it should help you a little bit. He came back the next day and they said, so did you get to watch the, oh man, there's tons of great stuff on that DVD. I appreciate the DVD was blank when they gave it to him. And I've heard that story and I swear it was Jamarcus Russell.
I just remember it was the cough syrup and liquor, whatever the syrup was.
Right.
That was a lot of his.
And you talk about guys
downfall.
with infinite physical talent, natural ability, God-given ability, whatever you want to call it, and just choke it away. Like, that might be even worse than Johnny Manziel, right? Because Johnny Manziel, he had some natural ability, but it wasn't throwing the ball. It was running. Jamarcus had all of it.
I think both of them are equally dumb. That they both
think?
They both, because Manziel, he was basically, besides being in Cleveland, was handed, here you go, here's everything. Here's everything you've been asking for. And he just blew it all away.
After begging to be a number one or a first-round pick, and Cleveland finally did it.
Right.
At whatever it was, 22. But Jamarcus was the number one overall pick.
Right. Well, I put them both in the same boat of just you had it. You had what you asked for. But Jamarcus a little bit different because he was still in that place where you got the big payday right up front.
Yeah, that was way before they were doing the salary cap on rookies and crap. Like what was his initial comment? Look it up. What his first contract was.
It was a monster for back in the day.
And you know what? And everybody said, well, cool, good for him. He initially signed a 6-year, $61 million contract with Oakland in 2007.
Yep.
Number one, 6 years for a rookie. Like, they don't do that anymore. Like, the standard contract for a first rounder now is 4 with a 5th-year team option.
Right.
For everybody else, it's 3 with a 4th-year option.
Right.
That's how and that's mandated. You can't go beyond that. And then there's also slots, right, for money, how much they can make. You can't make over so much as a first-round pick or a second-round pick or whatever. That's how they do it. But for and everything I remember thinking, because I was an LSU fan. I thought, man, this dude's gonna be awesome in the NFL, and he fizzled out like immediately.
Well, maybe that was what he was pushing for. Was just to get that big contract, and he did. And maybe he thought at the time, well, I don't got to worry about this anymore. I can go live my life.
Man,
with that kind of money, you could. If your total heart wasn't into it, the problem is now he's farming money off of his school from his volunteer job. That's bad.
Colby, $61 million in 2007 is the equivalent of $94 million today.
Yep.
Almost $100 million. And I bet you that money was gone in a matter of years for him or whatever.
I can't even think about throwing that kind of money around.
To the point that you're stealing from your high school that you work at for free.
Yep.
Colby, in other news, in our 8:20 segment, have some leftover fun with real video from last week that we did not get to.
All right.
Which is fine. We don't always have time for these things. That's why we hold them over. So, number one, have you ever seen an umpire get knocked out from a bat flip?
I don't think I have.
Now, this isn't obviously MLB or anything, but this poor umpire, dude, on a home run bat flip. I saw this, and I watched it several times, and I had to cringe. Here we go. Like, what the hell?
What's going on?
What the hell?
Hit him right, almost side of the head.
Yeah, and it was spinning a little bit too, so it was spinning towards him.
Had a little inertia going on with it.
Oh my gosh!
Little torque.
By the way, speaking of baseball, Colby, happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
Also, happy Wyatt Langford hit for the cycle yesterday.
First rookie since 1985. He did it in Baltimore.
He did.
Rangers are back, baby. Andrew Haney pitched an awesome game. Need some more of that. And then, Colby, finally, just when you thought there was hope for the human race and young people in the world,
then you listen to News and Notes or this.
You're going to listen to News and Notes in a minute, and you're going to listen to this. So this is an interview with, I don't know who this chick is. She's clearly a content creator somehow. She's being interviewed by a young woman. I don't think they're friends. It sounds like the interviewer contacted the interviewee and said, hey, man, I want to talk to you about your music and what you do. And she was trying to pay her a compliment with the word musician. The interviewer was, and say, hey, you're a musician. And I've never seen a person be more confused by the word musician in my entire life. Here we go.
That's amazing. I didn't know that about you.
What do you know?
That you're a musician. But that's why I'm interviewing you today, so I can get to know you.
So I'm a musician.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck that mean? Make magic or something? What is musician?
I think you're confusing that.
Yeah, I'm not no musician. I make music. I make music. And that's not all I do. I make music, I act. I'm a TV star too, a young mogul.
Just really quick, I think you're confusing.
I'm not confusing nothing because you don't know. You thought that all I was a magician or whatever the fuck you said.
See, that's what I think you think I said. No, I said musician, not magician.
I don't think, baby. I don't think. What is that? That's ghetto. I don't think. I know.
So you think.
Clearly.
I didn't say magician, Suki. I said musician. And I think you are a musician.
No, baby. I do music.
So you just really quick. For the record, could you say you don't think you're a musician?
I'm not none of that.
But then after that, you just said, I do music.
Yeah, I do music.
So, in other words, you're a musician.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm so confused right now. What the hell, Colby?
That's dumb.
Colby, are you a podcaster?
No.
No, but I make podcasts.
No.
Not a magician.
What the hell was that?
Are there really people on the planet who make music
Yes.
that don't know the word musician?
Oh, no. I've seen some god-awful things via the internet of people's stupidity. My favorite one right now is this lady looking into a camera, eating cucumbers, and goes, they pickle everything, right? Onions, jalapeno. She just goes through the list. She goes, but you know what I've never seen? Pickled cucumbers. That's the first pickle.
Colby, I have a story about that. So I recently reconnected with this chick who Lauren and I were couples friends with.
Uh-huh.
Probably, 8 years ago with her and her husband. And we, attend a lot of the same neighborhood parties and stuff. And I wasn't in on this conversation 8 years ago or whenever it was, but I just recently connected with this girl, and she's like, oh, my God, do you know that your ex-wife is the one that taught me that pickles are cucumber or pickles are pickled cucumbers? I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, she told me one night at so-and-so's house at one of the house parties that pickles are actually cucumbers that are pickled. Why aren't they called pickled cucumbers? I'm like, well, they're called pickles.
Right.
She's like, yeah, your ex-wife taught me that. Dude, she's like 45. So she learned that like in her late 30s. What is wrong with people, dude?
I want to know for these people that didn't know this fact that when they went and got a jar of pickles, I want to know where they thought that those pickles came from. And if there was a pickle tree or something out there. Dude. They have to, right? There's like, oh, wait. So, man, because if you love pickles but didn't know they were pickled cucumbers, don't you want a pickle plant?
There's no hope for the world, dude.
There's not. And we give you more examples of that actually right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you, me. Thank you, you, for making us sound good. News and Notes is where I search the World Wide Web for the weird.
Internets.
And by God, I found it. Let's go to Maldives.
The Maldives Falcon?
Yes. As the State Minister for Environment, Climate Change, and Energy, Faithamath Shamnaz Ali Salem.
What's his name?
Her name.
What's her name?
Faithamath Shamnaz Ali Salem.
Gotcha.
Was arrested on Sunday along with two others in the capital of Male, police said. Police in Maldives have arrested a state environment minister, officer said on Thursday, with media in the Indian Ocean nation reporting she was accused of performing black magic on the president. The state minister for environment, climate change, and energy, Faithamath Shamnaz Ali Salem, I swear I'm getting it right, was arrested on Sunday along with two others because she put the black magic on President Dr. Muhammad Muizzu.
Was he president or doctor? You can't be both.
No, you can be all of that.
Is he black? Is the president black? Is it still called black magic if he's black?
No. Leave it to Tim to take that out of it. It's 2024, and somebody in one of the countries of this world got arrested for putting on a black magic spell on somebody else. Just want to let that sink in real quick.
It wasn't in New Orleans.
The fact that that's still going on, the fact that she is over climate change and such a nowadays word, was arrested for the use of a black magic spell.
Oh my God.
So there you go. Let's go from there to a drug dealer was caught with, well, this is a big bust. She was caught with 28 wraps in her bra. The 38, I don't know what a wrap is. I guess we're about to find out. Margaret Walker, 38, of no fixed address. You don't say. I'm looking at her mugshot. She doesn't look like she has a fixed address. Was seen on CCTV riding a bicycle in Peterborough City Center during the early hours of the 25th of March before making an exchange with a group of known drug users. They found 28 wraps of crack cocaine and heroin in her bra.
I mean, that's where I would hide it.
Again, a big drug bust. That's the joke I wanted to go for, and I made it.
You made it!
I did. Let's go from there to Fresno County. This is in California. Well, we learned a lesson, kids. If you're going to drive around with $2.6 million worth of drugs in your car, you may want to take care of a few things. Millions of dollars worth of drugs are off the Central California streets after a discovery during a normal routine traffic stop. On Wednesday afternoon, the California Highway Patrol, that's CHIPS, everybody, pulled over a car for a traffic violation on Interstate 5 north of Nice Avenue. Officers say the driver had no license.
Need those?
Before the vehicle was impounded, the canine officer found about 262 pounds of crystal meth, 5 pounds of fentanyl powder, and 2 pounds of heroin. If you're going to trust, if you're the drug dealer, this guy's boss, whatnot, and you've got $2.6 million worth of drugs going across the freeway, spend a couple extra dollars to get him a driver's license. And if he doesn't have one, find somebody in your crew that does. And also ask them, hey, obey every single traffic law. Stupid.
Idiots.
I'm glad the fentanyl's off the streets because that's just killing people left and right. The heroin's off the streets, I'm glad. And crack cocaine's no joke. So I'm glad it's off the streets.
I mean, regular cocaine's okay, but the good crack, I'm out.
Regular cocaine is also not okay. So.
What? I mean, absolutely. Don't do drugs, kids.
But, yeah, man. 2 points. Now, this is cop math, so you probably got to cut it in half. It's about $1.3 million probably worth of drugs. But still, it's over $1 million worth of drugs, and you let, Bubba out there without his driver's license and probably a tail light out just rolling around in it, man.
Oh, Bubba.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Hey, if you steal a golf cart from a public golf course, do yourself a favor and don't put it up on Facebook for sale. Zachary David Muller, 27,
all right, Big Red,
was apprehended on Friday by the Indian River County Sheriff's Office while attempting to sell a stolen golf cart on social media. They found the post on social media, saw that it was the golf cart that had been reported stolen, and went to his house. Dipshit. You're a dipshit. If you're going to steal a golf cart, you don't tell anybody else that that's the stolen golf cart, and you use it to just drive it around your property. Nobody will ever find it or worry about it. Put it up for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and you're probably going to get found out. Just word to the wise.
what's wrong with people?
They're dumb. They're dumb. And that was Florida man, too.
Of course.
So. Let's go to Pennsylvania, where shoppers had to be evacuated from the Walmart store in Northampton, Pennsylvania, after a foul odor inside the store got several people sick. Also, all the people there at that current Walmart probably didn't know that the Walmart smelled any different at the time until they started throwing up, right?
They're just used to it.
I got to ask, why did the guy return the animal repellent?
Didn't work? Didn't repel?
No, it definitely did. Humans were leaving and sick. So it's not because it didn't function. Apparently, that animal repellent works just fine.
Maybe he wanted a different flavor.
Do you think maybe he punctured it before he returned it or something?
Oh, he broke it.
People were let out of Walmart in gurneys and hospital beds.
Over animal repellent?
Over animal repellent.
Isn't it just like urine?
And I don't know what this one was.
I thought it was just urine.
Apparently, it was enough for people to fall out on the floor.
I think they're just wusses.
Think a little quick panic, and also the pee-pee smell. They probably thought it was chemical warfare.
Yeah. Mustard gas.
Mustard gas.
I like the smell of mustard. That never made sense to me.
Well, that's not, no. That's
make
not
mustard gas out of mustard?
No.
Why is it called mustard gas?
Because it's just that the color that it looked like.
Colonel Mustard gas.
No, it's not.
Well, my whole World War I thing is shot now.
So, yeah, you don't want that. That'll burn your face off.
Oh.
It's bad.
All right.
That's news and notes, everybody.
Well, there you go, Colby. Mustard gas is not made out of mustard. I was today years old when I figured that out.
So you got pickles and mustard now. Congratulations.
I want to try a pickled cucumber.
Yeah.
I wish somebody made that.
Somebody did that shit.
And I make music, but I'm not a musician.
Mm-hmm.
We learned that too. We want to thank everybody for being a part of this one. A big thanks to our sponsors, Turf Life, Golf Central Magazine, and Orion Golf, pioneers of the golf facilities management at oriongolf.com. Turf Life.
You're drunk.
No, I'm trying to remember the web. Turflife.club. And go over to golfcentralmagazine.com, or actually golfcentralmag.com for your subscription free. They send it to your inbox every month. If you're into golf, philanthropy, travel, and lifestyle, go check out that beer cart girl of the month. Gosh, she's always hot, and she always wants me, Colby.
No, she doesn't.
Every time. We will be back on Wednesday with another Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim show. Until then, boys and girls, we'll see you. I'm looking for it.
Music?
I'm looking for it.
F-U, 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 and F-U. Peace out. I'm going to go have a Guinness. F-U, F-U,